climbing in your window. All right, listen up, class. Okay, class, we have.
Hey, homie.
Listen, please, you guys. Hey, listen. A lot of mumbling over there. Yes, I get it. You're mad, but you know, stop mumbling so I could actually go over this. Yeah. All right. So I mentioned this before. This thing right here. This is your handy dandy notebook. These are the notes with all your formulas here. And a lot of stuff, if you don't have the formulas because you weren't here this day, you can go back in the notes and actually get the ones that you missed. So the ones that we're doing today are actually going to be, there it is. We have cylinder and prism. So we have cylinder there, and then prism's going to be right here. So this is what you guys need to be doing and going over. Okay, so this is quite important. Now, again, if you guys have this done and you have it filled out, then that means what?
Free time.
Nope, try again. I'm trying to let you guys cheat, so I need you guys to actually follow along on this.
Live your dreams.
Can you use this on the test?
Yes.
Yes.
So, if you don't have one and yours is not filled out, y'all got some issues.
Shit, I guess I'm one of those people.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go over 31. Okay, so right here, volume. Volume of a three-dimensional figure is the number of cubic units the figure can hold. The cubic units can't overlap. So basically, when we did square the other day, we were actually talking about a length and a width. Now these are gonna be three-dimensional. So each one of these is a 1 by 1 by 1. So this is a cubic units right here. So it's going to be a three-dimensional shape that we're actually getting the volume on.
Yeah.
So volume is always cubed. Volume is always cubed, or cubic. Now, if you notice this, I'm not referring to this as like a cube. Okay, this is a right prism.
Right.
A right prism means that there is right angles in the corners. So what I'm going to do is, in this one, it's going to be the area of the base times the height. So this is going to be my length down here. This is my width right here. And here's my height going up. So length, width, times height. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
So
Yep. That's basically it. But this actually goes for all kinds of different shapes. Because if you notice this one right here, on example 3, this is also going to be a prism. But this one is a triangular. So you're going to find the area of the base. So on this one right here, my base is a rectangle. That's why we call it a rectangle prism. Okay? So, for this one right here, length, width, height. Now, this one right here, same thing. But for this one right here, it's a circle, would be the area of my base. And the circle, the area of a circle is going to be right here. Pi r squared. So whatever my radius is, so this would be my radius right here. And then my height is here. So it's going to be pi times r squared times height. Yeah. So it's going to be basically the area of the circle times the height. All right, let's go ahead with this example.
There's a question.
Yes, sorry.
Do you just leave it at 3.14?
No, you actually just use pi.
Oh, yeah, and this question?
You got, yeah, the pi.
Can we
Like,
just leave it at 3.14?
no, you're not using that. You're using pi.
Mr. Pacho.
The symbol pi is even easier. You don't actually have to multiply it out most times. And guess what? You also have a calculator right there. I know you did not just put in an earbud while we were talking. Wow. That's like rude. Okay. But when I actually show you this here in a second, you'll understand why it's actually easier. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so now let's go through right here. Find the volume of this right rectangular prism. So, my volume is going to be length, which is 7, times width, which is
12,
times height, which is
5 equals.
so my volume is going to be, do your math, you're multiplying right now. What is it? 4, 2, 0, almost.
Centimeters. Centimeter and then a 3.
Cube, centimeters cube. So I know no one right now just trying to sneak in some earbuds while I'm actually trying to talk, right?
I did.
Huh? Because that's messed up if you like have an earbud in right now and that says that you're not even listening, even though you know I'm talking about you right now. Right? You can't. Music's too loud. What is this?
I don't have it on.
Okay. I saw your cord right there, so I thought you had it again. Okay. All right.
Wait, Mr. Puncher.
Yes.
Don't you cut the 4 in half?
I will. Yeah, good job. All right, so this one right here, volume of the cylinder. Now, my radius is only going to be from this point to the edge, right? So that's my radius. And my height is going to be all the way up, right? So my volume would be pi r squared. My r is 2, right? So it's going to be 2 squared times my height, which is, I heard it? 7. Thank you. So watch this. This is going to be, now, in terms of pi. That you're going to hear this. Okay, so in terms of pi,
Where's the E?
okay, is going to be like this. So you just multiply everything out, and you don't multiply the pi. You don't put pi in there. So it's going to be 2 squared, which is 4.
Times 7.
Which is?
28.
So in terms of pi, it's going to be 28 pi.
What?
That's what it means in terms of pi. That means don't multiply the pi. Just leave the pi there. And what are my units here?
Square.
Cube.
Oh, still cube.
Meters cubed. Volume is always cubed. Yes.
If you don't multiply the pi right there.
Because it's a listen, when we take like the AC Merit and some of these other standardized tests, when you take the ACT coming up here, you know what, for some of it, you're not going to have a calculator, and you're going to have to do stuff like this, but it's going to be just in terms of pi. So you don't actually, if you're doing this by hand, it would be 28 times 3.1417. You don't want to go and do all that, right? That's just going to take more time, right? So it's not judging, and it's not looking to see if you could multiply pi times this number. It's just, can you do the math? Yes. If you have a calculator, you're going to put 28 pi in your calculator. Yes.
You know what pi is?
Yeah.
Like the real number?
Yes.
Why did you say, like you said it right?
No, I didn't.
You said like 3.1417. 3.141592.
1592?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so in your calculator, let me doc B. So calculator right here, I'm going to put in 28. Go to the pi button, put in pi.
What did I say?
So if I'm going to round this, if I'm rounding this to the 10th, what would my answer be?
88.
Point 0. You have to put the 0. You're rounding it to the 10th. So here's the symbol for rounding. So right here, approximately 88.0 meters cubed. Are we okay there?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Now, let's take a look at example 3. Find the volume of this right triangular prism. Now, first thing, we have to decide what is going to be the base and what is going to be the height. Now, when I'm looking at this one, the base, you want to have the oddball shape. You want to have the odd shape out of this so you could actually make sure you're doing it right. Pay attention. Okay, so in this case right here, I'm going to use my triangle, which is going to be the shape that I'm going to use right here. So I'm going to say it's going to be a triangle, but the height is just going to be the thickness of the triangle. So we're going to take the area of the base, which is going to be this right here. What is the area of the triangle? So watch this. So it's going to be base times height divided by 2, right? So it's going to be my volume is going to be my base times height, which is
6
times 6 divided by 2, times, what is this right here? What is going to be the height of this? It's going to be 8. So the height or the thickness of that triangle. So what do we have right here? This is going to give me 18 times 8.
184.
Wait, 8?
144.
Oh, okay.
144? 144. What are my units? Millimeters what?
Square to cube.
Millimeters cubed there. That's pretty easy, right?
This is 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at the practice right here. Alright, so look, we got a cylinder. Cylinder, prism, prism, cylinder. Now, on number 5, look at 5.
Oh, it's a trap.
Yes, it is.
Funny.
Alright, on this one right here, what is the odd shape that you guys want to actually find the base of? The trapezoid, and you would multiply that by the thickness, right? Which is going to be what?
6.
It's going to be times 6, right?
So wait. So we're doing 12 times 6 divided by 2?
No. The area of a trapezoid, which it's in your notes,
Wait, Mr.
times the thickness. Like this one on the triangle, it was the area of the triangle times the thickness.
Yeah.
Let's look at the other side. This thing right here, it's an odd shape, isn't it? Say yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to give you answers right now, so please pay attention. The odd shape right here. So what is the odd shape?
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram, right? So the area of a parallelogram times the thickness. Does that make sense? Okay, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeet.